Hello, good morning students. In our previous videos, we have seen about the centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration means what? Using calculus method. Okay, so centripetal acceleration, or we can say radial acceleration, using calculus methods. So using geometrical method. So with the help of this method we have already proved that is the magnitude of centripetal acceleration is centripetal acceleration is equal to v square by r, or we can say centripetal acceleration is equal to r omega square. So these are the magnitudes of centripetal accelerations which we have seen in our previous videos. Centripetal acceleration means what? Centripetal means what? Toward the center, means the acceleration which is toward the center, that is centripetal acceleration. But when it takes place, obviously a particle is performing circular motion, means when the particle move along the circumference of circle, at that time only acceleration, so we can say that accelerations produce which has the directions toward the center of circle, and that directions, and due to that directions which is toward the center, that is called as centripetal acceleration, and it is along the radius, so that's why it is also called as radial accelerations. Okay, so this magnitude, or we can say the formula for centripetal accelerations, we have to prove by using calculus method. So today we are going towards calculus method. So using geometrical method, instead of geometrical method, we have to discuss, that is using calculus method. So using calculus method. So for that purpose, a particle, consider it is performing circular motion. So see here, one particle, if it is performing circular motion in anti-clockwise direction, okay, so these are the center of that circle and the direction is anti-clockwise direction. So suppose this is point A and it is radius vector, and if the particle goes from A point to P point, suppose this is P point, so when it goes at P point, then there is a angular displacement at the center of circle, we have seen. So P point, its coordinates supposed to be x and y. So if we draw a perpendicular from this point on x axis and y axis, so suppose, so this will be the x axis, opposite to this is also x axis, this one is y x, so this is y axis, this will be y axis. Okay, so this particle goes from A to P having coordinates x and y. The particle is moving in anti-clockwise direction along the circumference of circle. Now using calculus method, we have to prove the magnitude of this centripetal acceleration, because we have seen already in geometrical method. Using geometrical method, we calculate already the magnitude of centripetal accelerations. Okay, so this one is the magnitude of centripetal acceleration. Now see, what we consider, a particle performing circular motions along the circumference of circle, so then its angular velocity, so at that time the angular velocity of the particle, that is omega is equal to displacement, angular displacement upon time. So therefore this theta, angular displacement, can be written as theta is equal to omega t. So this is angular velocity. So with the help of that angular velocity, the particle is performing circular motion in anti-clockwise direction. So therefore we are taking here theta is equal to omega t. Now here center of circle is O and the point at which the particle reach, that is point P. So OP represents what? So vector OP represents, that is the radius vector, vector r. Okay. Then with the help of this diagram we can find out the value of cos theta and sin theta. So we can write from figure cos theta. Yes. So this r can be written as, that is x I cap plus y j cap. Okay, x I cap plus y j cap. Now cos theta, we know the value of cos theta. How we can calculate? That is adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So adjacent side in this case it is x axis upon hypotenuse, that is the opposite side of right angle, that is this one is r, radius vector. So we can write x by r. So x by r, that is cos theta. So therefore the value of x will be r cos theta. And what is theta? Theta is omega t. So that's why r cos omega t. So this is the value of x. This is the value of x. Now similarly we can calculate the value of sine also. So from figure sin theta will be, what is sin theta? That is opposite side upon hypotenuse. So that's why opposite side is nothing but it is y. So that's why we can write opposite side, that is y, and hypotenuse, that is same, opposite to the right angle, that is OP. OP means what? R. So sin theta is equal to y by r. Therefore y is equal to r sin theta. And what is theta? Theta is r sin omega t. Now here two equations we have, that is one is x is equal to r cos omega t, another is y is equal to r sin omega t. Okay, now we have first equation. So this equation is supposed to be first equation, that is OP is equal to, this one will be first equation, second and third. Okay, so first equation, so we can put these two values x and y in first equation. So from equation first, that is OP, vector OP means vector r is equal to x I cap plus y j cap. Okay, so put the values of x, that is r cos omega t, into I cap, plus what is y, the value of y, that is r sin omega t into j cap. So this is the value of vector r, that is radius vector. So this one is the most important equations. Suppose this equation is supposed to be equations 4. Now we know the velocity. How we can calculate the velocity? So velocity is nothing but velocity is equal to what? Derivative of this r, means dr by dt. So dr by dt stands for what? Derivative. So we can differentiate this equation. So we can write here differentiating above equation with respect to time. Means if we differentiate this equation with respect to time, then what we get? We get velocity. So now differentiate, that is v is equal to d by dt r, the value of r, that is r cos omega t into I cap plus r sin omega t into j cap. Now we have formulas from derivatives. What are the formulas? The formulas is, if sin theta is there, then the derivative of sin theta is cos theta. if cos theta is there, then the value of, then the derivative of cos theta, that is minus sin theta. So you should be memorize these two formulas, they are very important. Sin theta is equal to cos theta and cos theta is equal to minus sin theta. Now you can put here, so velocity V is equal to what? So r, that is the constant, so d by dt of what? Cos omega t I cap plus r d by dt into sin omega t into j cap. Now instead of cos theta that is minus sin theta, so v is equal to r into minus sin theta means what? Omega t, and the derivative of omega t is omega, so this is into I cap plus r as it is the derivative of sin theta, so derivative of sin theta will be cos theta, so instead of this we can write r cos omega t, and the derivative of omega t, that is omega into I cap into j cap. Okay. So using single derivative, what we get? The value of velocity. This is the value of velocity. Now this is supposed to be equation 5. Now again differentiating these equations, so differentiating our equation with respect to time. If we take double derivative here, then what we get? We get that is acceleration is equal to dv by dt, that is the velocity, derivative of velocity stands for what? Acceleration. So acceleration will be d by dt. What is the term? That is r sin omega t into omega I cap into plus r cos omega t into omega into j cap. Now we have to take what? Derivative of this term, means double derivative we are taking here. Okay, so double derivative, so r is constant here, so derivative of sin omega t, so derivative of sin omega t, you can see here the formulas which are here right at this place. So the derivative of sin omega t, the derivative of sin omega, sin theta, that is cos theta, so that's why instead of this sin theta we can write here cos theta, so minus cos omega t, and the derivative of this omega t is omega, so omega into omega, it becomes omega square, plus similarly you can take the derivative of this term, that is r cos omega t, so cos omega t, that is minus sin theta, so minus theta instead of theta here you should memorize, that is theta means what? So here theta is nothing but it is a angular displacement, so this angular displacement, and theta can be written using this angular velocity, that is omega t. So you should be memorized, that is instead of theta you have to use omega t. Okay, so here omega t into the derivative of omega t is omega, so that's why it becomes omega square into j cap. Now see these common terms, that is a minus, then r will be common here, and the remaining terms we can write, that is cos theta, common terms will be here omega square. See, you can see clearly this one is omega square, so omega square will be common here, minus sign will be common here, then remaining terms which we can write in bracket, that is r cos omega t, then into I cap plus here r sin omega t into j cap. Okay, so what is the term name of this total term? So this total term represents what? Concentrate on this figure. So in this figure here direction definitely anti-clockwise is here, so particle is moving from A to point P, so when it move from A point to P point having its coordinates xy, then we consider its radius vector will be, where is radius vector? Now see here, this one be the radius vector, and the value of radius vector is r cos omega t. you can see r cos omega t into I cap plus r sin omega t into j cap, r sin omega t into j cap. So instead of this total term we can put what? Radius vector, and radius vector represented by what? Vector r. Okay, means this radius vector indicates what? The position of particles. Suppose we can consider here the particle is at point A, then the radius vector is like this. So this represents what? At which place that particle, means suppose the particle is at A point, so the radius vector will be like this. Suppose this particle goes to point P, then this radius vector move like this. In short, we can say that radius vector, it is a position vector because it indicates the position of the particle. The particle should be along the circumference of the circle. So here this total term, instead of this total term you should write that is the value of radius vector. So that's why what we get here, final answer we will get here, that is centripetal acceleration that is AC is equal to minus omega square is as it is, and instead of this term radius vector we can write, so r. So centripetal acceleration AC is equal to minus omega square into r. So this will be our magnitude to find centripetal acceleration, or we can say radial acceleration. If suppose any we can say applications which depends on the centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration, at that time you have to use this magnitude, because this magnitude, or we can say this formula, is very important to calculate centripetal accelerations. Okay, thank you.